Hello there guys. .NET Study Room welcomes you in this series of videos, where we are learning every bit of WPF. Let's quickly get started with creating a WPF project in Visual Studio 2022 IDE. In the Start page, select Create a New Project option and click on the Next button to proceed. Visual Studio will present all the project templates that are installed on your system. Type WPF in Search Filter. Select WPF Application without the .NET Framework. This template targets latest .NET versions. Click Next. Now give a name to the project and the solution. Usually solution has the same name as the project itself. As you edit project name, solution name also updates automatically. Now it's time to select the target framework for your project. As of the recording of this video, .NET 9 is latest standard term support version and .NET 8 is the latest long-term support version. Let's select .NET 8 and then click Create button. Visual Studio will take a few moments in the background until it creates a new project and adds the required files. Once the solution and the project is created, you can see it opened. Notice in the right side pane, called the Solution Explorer, Solution Sample WPF app, which contains one project with same name. Visual Studio by default adds a window called main-window.xaml along with its code behind file. This file is also already opened in the middle area, which is editor. XAML file contains UI, while CS file contains code or logic for that UI. Other files include assemblyinfo.cs and then app.xaml, which is application level file, along with its code behind file app.xaml.cs. There is also a folder named Dependencies. Dependencies include many analyzers and frameworks that are referenced and used by the newly created project. This is just the basic structure of WPF application template project created by Visual Studio. You can add many more windows, add other projects to solution, and also add project or other references to the dependencies. Because this video series focuses on WPF features, let's forget about other files and dependencies for now. And let's start with understanding the app.xaml file and its code behind. App.xaml and its code behind together represent the application class. What you're seeing is the basic structure of app.xaml file and is basically the structure of any XAML file in WPF project. The root element of this XAML file is application. These three lines here, which start from XML/NS, are called namespace declaration. XML/NS means XML namespace. The namespace, XML/NS, which is not followed by a colon like other declarations, is the namespace for UI controls, like buttons, text boxes, etc. The name of namespace is followed by colon. The namespace, X, is for XAML language features. You can actually ignore the URL set as value of these two for now. The namespace, local, is the name of the project to which this XAML file belongs to, sample WPF app. Its value is specified with CLR namespace, colon, name of project. The same can be seen in code behind file, namespace, name of project. And now, here's how to use the namespace. Class attribute of application is specified using x:class. Its value is namespace name.classname, sample WPF app.app. In the code behind file, notice the class with same name, app. Also notice that it is a partial class. A partial class in C# is class written across multiple files. So where is the other partial declaration of app class? You guessed it right, it's in the XAML file. App.xaml and its code behind together make one class, which is app. Root element, application, has an attribute, startup URI. Its value is main-window.xaml. Startup URI represents the window which is first shown when the application initializes. App.xaml file is usually used for defining application-level resources. Let's see an example of adding a resource. The type of the resource is solid color brush. Every resource is identified by a unique key. The key is XAML language feature, so x:"key. Let's name the key primary background. Every resource must have value. The value for solid color brush is a color property value. Let's select black color and give it some opacity to, say 0.9. Opacity is optional though. And here we go. The resource primary background can now be accessed within any class across the application. And remember, this resource is uniquely identified by its key name, primary background. Okay, so now we have this resource that we can use anywhere in our application, but how do we actually use it? Let's turn to mainWindow.xaml and use this resource. This is how mainWindow.xaml looks. Let me just adjust the height of code area in the ditor so that we can see both design and code fully. The structure of this XAML file is just same as that of app.xaml file. The root element here is window. There are some XMLNS, that is, namespace declarations. The class attribute is defined, and its value is mainWindow, which matches with the class name in the code behind file. And as you would expect, this class is partial class. There are 3 more attributes given to the root element window: title, height, and width. These attributes are properties of the window. The title is shown at left top corner of window on title bar. The height and width are applied when the window is first shown after the application runs. Right now, the only content of this window is a grid. Let's use the resource that we defined in app.xaml. A solid color brush resource is suitable for background property of window. Properties of window are added as attributes of root elements in XAML file. Type in background equal to. The value is specified in double quotes. To use the resource value, add curly braces inside double quotes. Then type static resource. The IntelliSense presents all the resources that are available at application level and at this window level. You may not be seeing it in this video because of limitations of screen recorder. Select primary background, or you may type in the resource name yourself. The resource is instantly applied and can be seen in Designer. We have given black color with 90% opacity, which is now Windows background color. How cool is that? You can use this resource multiple times, wherever a properties value is of type solid color brush. What we learned so far: we created a new project, browsed various files and project. We focused on XAML files for better understanding. We added a resource in app.xaml and used that resource in mainWindow.xaml. This is just the beginning. We're going to explore everything in more depth. Stay tuned. I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe to the .NET Study Room channel if you've not already. Bye!